Ex-Starbucks CEO Howard Schultz is running a dumpster fire of a campaign. He's literally sitting at 4% in the polls among all different groups, Democrats, Republicans, Independents. He is not very popular. They really don't like him. And he's running as a centrist independent. Well, earlier today at a speech at Purdue University, Howard Schultz inadvertently made a throwback to 2016, and the internet is, of course, having a lot of fun with this. But first, I'm going to show you the video here and why it's hilarious. Let's take a look.
If I choose to run, I promise I will absolutely release my tax returns. You can clap for that. Under President Daniels, the cost of an education here will be less expensive in nominal dollars in 2020 than it was in 2012. Congratulations. Got to clap for that.
So, in case you're wondering why that's awesome, it's a little bit of a throwback to when this happened.
Talking a big game without backing it up. I think the next president needs to be a lot quieter, but send a signal that we're prepared to act in the national security interests of this country to get back in the business of creating a more peaceful world. Please clap.
So there you have it. Howard Schultz just jebbed himself. Oh, that's great. Look, so again, this was fun because Howard Schultz is deeply unpopular. Nobody likes his ideas. So he's got to literally ask people to clap for him. I wonder if President Trump will call him low energy. I don't know. Maybe he would. Now, of course, Twitter had some fun with this. Now, they said, one user said, Howard Schultz is the new Jeb. John Infante says, the speed at which campaigns go through their life cycle now is amazing. Schultz is already at full Jeb. Now, Aston Weasley says, imploring an audience to clap is not inherently bad, and lots of great speakers do it all the time. You just have to have a certain sauce. And Howard Schultz, Jeb Bush, weren't particularly sauceful. BuzzFeed Ben says, unlike Jeb, I don't think Howard Schultz can feel shame, realize how pathetic this is. That's probably true. You know what's irritating about this is that here you have Howard Schultz, billionaire. He's getting a CNN town hall. Why? Why is he getting... He's got 4%. Why is he getting a CNN town hall? Well, I think we all know the answer to that. He's a billionaire. That's what this is about. I mean, come on, man. That's the only reason. Kamala Harris. Now, Kamala Harris, of course, it wasn't doing very well in the polls before her town hall. Now she's in like 3rd place. So what CNN is doing is that they're basically giving the establishment pick. Now, what's weird is that Schultz is not the establishment pick, but it's because he's super, super rich. And so, look, that's what it's about. It's obvious that nobody likes Howard Schultz. Nobody's interested in a centrist independent. And it's basically just going to be a waste of time. But there's more. Juan P.A. says, Jeb Bush has left the chat. Johnny Verhoevic says, we're living in the Jeb time continuum. Josh Billington pointed out that nobody clapped for an applause line about the cost of education at Purdue, so Howard Schultz prompted the audience to clap. And then Max Tiny says, didn't realize that for some people, the conclusion they came away with from 2016 was to run Jeb's campaign again, which famously got absolutely crushed by Donald Trump. Again, nobody is interested in Howard Schultz. None. So let's, again, let's be honest about that. Somebody running on this kind of platform that's running on cutting Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, and trying to eliminate the deficit is not going to win in a presidential election, especially a primary in 2020. That's why he's not running as a Democrat, because he would get absolutely destroyed in the Democratic primaries. And that's why he would likely be a spoiler in this election. So hopefully he eventually gets the message and drops out. If not, well, it might be his fault if we get 4 years of Trump. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed that free video. Now I'm going to have to ask you a favor. Between the demonetization and the YouTube algorithm messing around with view counts, etc., we're having a hard time adjusting to the new YouTube reality, which is where you guys come in. See, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/TYTNation, set up to help us rely on you guys, the viewers, instead of big corporate ads. Look, you know the show. You know I'm not in favor of big corporations anyway. So help us transition away from relying on the ad model to pay the bills and sign up to be a patron, patreon.com/TYTNation. That goes a long way to help us keep the lights on. And you guys will know that you're supporting independent, progressive media.